What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm João Chanoca, and I'm here to discuss something that's pretty much what everyone's talking about and everything that is happening right now, that is like COVID. And you know, in my perspective, it's hard that things will go back to normal, but so we have to adapt to these different worlds, so that things can go somewhat to normal. And I do believe that COVID will still be here for plenty and plenty of time, like years and years, because uh, maybe not that much time, but at least 2 or 3 more years, because even if you vaccinate like 90% of the people, there are still gonna be those 10% of the people left to be vaccinated. I don't think that everyone will be vaccinated, and there still can appear some variants which make some vaccines not as strong, you know. So every single vaccine nowadays needs to be strong against the many variants that will appear in the future, and that can be tricky because COVID can still get many different variants. It still can be very very rough, and I do believe that things will still be quite rough for the world to overcome all of this. So we need to adapt, we need to see how we can somewhat go back to normal with what you have, with the resources that we have, because life is about enjoying it, so we can't just let something like COVID hit us, like really damage us. In the past, we had like some heavy diseases, but we as a humanity overcome those diseases and those pandemics, that were happening in the world back in the past. Okay, it's not exactly the same because it's quite harder to get a cure for this, but we need to overcome this. And so we do have to adapt and see what we can do, so that we can keep enjoying our lives, because it's all about that. Like, we need to enjoy the miracle that we are living. It's such a miracle that we are living in all of this world with uh, high technology, like with phones and all of that. It's really a miracle for us to be living right here, right now. Okay, because even if you go back to okay, even if there are more uh, species out there in the galaxy that are quite like us, it's still pretty rare, the case of ours, and for us to be living in this time as well, it's pretty rare. You could have been born a couple of, I don't know, like 10, 20, 30 decades ago, you know what I mean? So you have to enjoy it while you can, and just be happy for what you have. And so, as humanity right now, we need to overcome this and not let this influence our happiness. As a humanity, you can't we can't let this destroy us. So we need to find a new meaning for what is a normal life for us, for the humanity. At least right now, we should think about how we can support the uh, what should I call it? Like the business that are quite in a rough situation, like concerts, like bands that are not that popular. Because, okay, even if at concerts, big, really, really big bands still make a lot of money. With their discs and whatever, with their whole this discography. Oh, that was rough to say it. And they still find ways to make money. However, it's not exactly the same in the music industry for the minor ones, for the minor bands, for the bands that don't have that much success, or bands that are not that famous. Those are the ones that should be supported, for example, in the music industry. And I found something really interesting that happened in Portugal. For example, I don't know if that happened in other countries, where, for example, in concerts, like every family, every like group of three to four people, like friends or family or close persons, wherever, had their own bubble uh, in the field, watching the concerts. Okay, like in being, though that is not exactly, you're gonna put like 50 or 40,000 people in a concert, but you still can put like 2 to 5, 7, 10,000 people maybe in each bubble. It's like a big bubble, like a big bubble that covers like 4 or 5 persons, and that way there's no risk of this whole pandemic spreading out. They still can, those friends, they can still enjoy the concert together. They can take their masks off. You know that is quite something. Like, it's quite a experience. Maybe that's like maybe that in a few months will be a viable option. Because you still we still can put quite a few number of people in a field watching a concert, and it still gives money to quite a few, like quite some money for the minor bands that do need this support. And that's the point where I wanted to come. Like finding new solutions. We need to find, as humanity, new solutions that probably don't involve as much contact, but we still can be living a normal life. You can't put nowadays 40,000 people in a concert. That's just impossible in COVID times. Even if they have their masks, it's still quite risky. Uh, that's why, like in football games, it's still risky to put 2 to 5,000 people. But if they are spread away, that's not that risky. But like 40,000 people really close to each other with masks is really, really risky, and something that you really can't control. Like the pandemic will probably spread. The chance of someone having COVID. And in concerts, you want to have fun. So if they get into like mosh pits and wherever, and the masks fall off, there's a high chance that they're going to be spreading the COVID. So I think that nowadays and in the future, if concerts go on, uh, you can't have that same energy, but it's still better than anything, right? You can put 100 or more bubbles. You can put quite a few number of people. So it's not, that bad. I bet that even the biggest bands out there would enjoy like playing something like that. They're at least playing to their fans, and that's basically what concerts are. It's like a way for a band to reach the fans. And that's the most important thing, I think. Like having that little contact. Like for people to enjoy the music that they love, with others, even if it's just two or three friends, it's still better than nothing, right? So yeah, that's just a quick example, and I'm just gonna uh, say that about this whole pandemic stuff. We have to be still positive about life. We need to keep trying to, just have as much as a normal life as possible, even though there will be a lot of limitations. But I think that we can still get there as humanity, and we still can find some exceptional solutions, like this one for me. That one for me was really a great solution that maybe would turn out to be quite a savior for these minor bands. So yeah, keeping yourselves. Look, I'm João Chanoca. I'm just here like to try to express my opinion better. Maybe some people watch this and will agree with me. You know, so I'm just trying to use this type of videos to keep trying to express my opinions better, because I do struggle a bit. So yeah, be yourselves, enjoy your lives, enjoy your day and your week. If you want, you can subscribe this channel, uh, turn on your turn on your post notifications, leave a like and a comment if you want, and if you agree with me, and stay positive, and I see you all then next time. Take care. Peace.
Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. Hollywood perfect. That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect.